Hi everyone, I am Dr. Anindita Rai Chaudhuri and today I am going to discuss about the step-by-step plan of learning data science. Now whether you are a teacher, whether you are a student or whether you are moving to the career of data scientist, as a beginner it's a big question that how to learn data science. What are the steps we should follow to learn data science? Now, today I will try to make you understand the steps which we should follow to learn data science quickly and smartly. Now, the programming languages which are available for data science, a lot of programming languages are there, but the first two as a ranking, in my opinion, is Python and R. Apart from Python and R, there are several other programming languages available. SAS is one of them. So you can take Python, R, SAS, but in my opinion, either Python and R will be very useful as a programming language. Now, not only programming language, you have to know one ID, that means integrated development environment, is also very important to implement whatever you want to implement. For that, in case of Python, you have a lot of efficient, user-friendly IDs are there like Spider, Jupyter, PyCharm, and a lot of others are there. And in art studio is there. So if you are just take one and become expert of one of them, then it will be sufficient to implement whatever you want to implement using this id. Next, you must have knowledge of mathematics, that means maths like statistics and probability theory, linear algebra, differential calculus. So this knowledge of math is actually very maths and statistics is very actually important in case of data science, because in time of data analysis you must have knowledge of data science, maths, some domain knowledge, all are required in case of data analysis. Now, what is data analysis? In data analysis, actually, the two terms which are mostly important is feature engineering and exploratory data analysis, that means EDA. Feature engineering is the pre-processing step of machine learning. It is a process of extracting useful features from raw data using math, statistics, and domain knowledge. And um, obviously, it is very actually clear to everyone that if better features are there, then we will get better result. So, data analysis is very important before you actually apply it. Now, what is exploratory data analysis or EDA? Data exploration technique. It is a data exploration technique to understand various aspects of data. Now, why it is so important? Because it helps us to identify faulty points in data and clean it so that it does not have any redundancies of data, any missing values and null values in the data set. And it helps us to understand the relationship of variables. And EDA summarizes their main characteristics with the help of statistics and graphical representation. Now, in data analysis, the concept of maths and statistics are equally important with the knowledge of domain, that means domain knowledge. Now, The maths and statistics, like the descriptive statistics, the concept of central tendency, measures of central tendency, that means mean, median, mode, are very, very important. The concept of skewness is very, very important. The concept of variance and standard deviations are also equally important to analyze data in efficient way. So in data analysis, the statistic plays an important role equally with the domain knowledge. Now, after data analysis, one more important step which we must follow is data visualization. There are several visualization tools, data visualization tools like Tableau, Power BI, Matplotlib, ggplot, which are very popular and efficient for data visualization. Now, since in my lecture series of data science with R, I will be using R programming language throughout my lecture. So one important point I must tell you that apart from the package or tool which is there as ggplot, the R programming language itself is very rich in basic graphics. There are a lot of functions are there for plotting the basic graph, like box plot, scatter plot, line plot, bar chart. They're inbuilt there to visualize data in more efficient way. And obviously for perfect graphs, ggplot is there to help us in efficient way for data visualization. Now, the step which is very, very important, the machine learning algorithms. Mainly there are three types of machine learning algorithms: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. Now, in supervised, classifications and regressions are there. In unsupervised, we have different types of clustering algorithms. And reinforcement learning is basically from the concept of that learning from mistakes. So, depending on the case study you have, whether you apply supervised learning, unsupervised learning, or reinforcement learning, you have to understand of your own that which one will be the best suited algorithm for your case study. So that's why the domain knowledge is also very important. And for that, you have to take a case study. Now for case study, we need data set. Okay. So now the big question is, where do we get data set for our case study? So we can get the data set either by using web scraping, Beautiful Soup, the Scrappy URL lib are there for web scraping, or we can take help from the third party API. But if you are beginners and if you are not comfortable of any of these two above mentioned way, then the easy way is to use the built-in data set available in Python and R. There are a lot of data sets which are there readily available. The built-in data sets like Irish dataset, Irish flower dataset, empty card dataset, which can be used as a case study. In my opinion, Irish flower dataset actually is very, very actually good data set, I can say, for your case study. And I have also used this Irish data set as a fast case study in time of learning. So here I will take Irish data set. The Irish flower data set consists of three different species: Irish Satusa, Virginica, and versicolor, with 50 samples. That means total 150 observations are there. And there are four features like sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width. You can see the structure of the Irish dataset in this slide. The four different features like sepal length, sepal width, petal widths are there. and the name of the species are also there in this slide. Okay. Now, the case study on Irish data set can be like this. Like you need to classify what kind of a flower it is based on the sepal length and sepal width with the help of any machine learning algorithm. Okay. Now, what can be the steps? The steps can be, you have to use the Irish flower data set first of all to train your model using any machine learning algorithm. Okay, it can be any supervised machine learning algorithm like logistic regression. It can be any unsupervised like any clustering algorithm like k-means. So suppose I have chosen the logistic regression. Okay, so the first step is that use your Irish flower data set to train your model, which I have chosen here, for example, like logistic regression. Now, you need to figure out the accuracy of your model and use that to predict different samples in your test data set. Okay, training data set is there, test data set is there. So you have to figure out the accuracy first of all of your model and use that to predict different samples in your test data set. Now, using these four features, what are the four features? I have already mentioned the sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width. You have to classify a flower. That means in which categories it belongs, or in one of the three categories, in which categories it is belong. The categories are Cytosa, Virginica, Versicolor. Okay. So this is the first case study you can choose in time of learning data science. Now, once you become master, then you can take any other difficult case study like, for example, fingerprint analysis you can take. Okay. So, as a first case study, you can choose this Irish dataset. Okay. Now, I think it is clear that what are the different steps you have to follow in this one figure. I have mentioned all the different steps or points which you must learn in time of learning data science. Okay, so I hope this video will help you. If you are a beginner, this video will help you in learning data science quickly. Okay? Thank you everyone. Thank you.